Welcome to our Expert Insights interview. This is a series of interviews where we take a few minutes to talk with leading experts and share their insights about important topics of interest. Today's interview, we are fortunate to have Julie Gaiaschi, co-founder and CEO of the Third Party Risk Association. Julie co-founded the TPRA in 2018 out of a necessity to build a community of like-minded third-party risk professionals to allow for sharing of best practices, exchanging of ideas, and influencing of an industry. We joined the TPRA in 2020 to be a part of this growing community. In our call today, we'll be discussing trends and best practices Julie is observing in her role with the TPRA. For joining me today and sharing your firsthand perspective about the third-party risk management industry. You're very unique position to see the industry as a whole. And I'm excited to get your insights and speak with you today. Before we get started, can you talk to us a little bit about you and yourself and the TPRA as a group?
Absolutely. And thank you for having me. I always appreciate joining these chats and appreciate your continued support. So I'm Julie Gaiaschi, CEO and co-founder of the Third Party Risk Association. And we are a not-for-profit organization to further the profession of third-party risk through knowledge sharing and networking. So basically, we are an association. We have monthly meetings with practitioners. The practitioners can come up with the topics of those meetings. We also have usually 3 virtual conferences a year. Our website includes a forum. We do a newsletter, and we have templates and white papers just to help the community grow and understand best practices in third-party risk. And so our website is www.tprassociation.org. You can go there to get signed up. But a really unique opportunity that you can take part of through Vendor-Centric is they're actually a part of our client practitioner membership program. So you can get a special link from Paul and join, get a 1-year free membership to the TPRA. So we appreciate you guys doing that and supporting us that way.
That's great. Well, you sound very busy. I can't imagine how you get all that done in just 1 year, but it's exciting. Yeah. We've enjoyed being a part of many of those calls, and it's a great group of professionals that you've brought together. So really excited and look forward to our clients being a part of it as well. So as we get started, I'd love to start with getting your perspective on the role of regulatory compliance in third-party risk management.
Yeah, I think the role of regulatory compliance plays a huge role in third-party risk management, especially in those industries that are highly regulated like healthcare and finance. And it's really because regulators are no longer satisfied with you telling them that you expect your vendor to be in compliance with regulations. They're actually asking for organizations to validate that compliance.
Yeah.
And so you really need to build in regulatory compliance into your third-party risk management program. And there's several ways to do this, but I would really encourage you to get engaged with your legal team to first understand what regulations are tied to the products and services that you are using, and then understand if your vendors are having a part or playing a part in those regulatory services that you're providing. And sometimes you need to even consider if your vendors are providing a product or service that you are not, but you still need to ensure that they're in compliance with regulations related to that. A big example would be if you have a vendor that is a payment card transaction company, and you need to make sure that they are in compliance with PCI. Just because you don't accept credit cards doesn't mean that you're not responsible for ensuring that your vendor is maintaining compliance with that regulation. So understanding what regulations you need to be in compliance with, and then determining what controls need to be in place to ensure that compliance, and then building those into your assessments.
That's great. Thank you so much. That's really great. I'd be curious if you have a few favorite best practices that you see across the industry and kind of leading third-party management programs.
A big one I see, and I always kind of harp on this, is third-party risk management oversight. It is so important to ensure that you have the support of everyone in your organization, because risk management isn't just the responsibility of one team. It really is from the board down, and the board they're asking a lot more questions around third-party risk and what your organization's doing to mitigate that. So one big best practice is to form some kind of risk management committee. Even if you are a 2-person team, it's so important to have a committee that spans a lot of departments within your organization, such as legal, even marketing. You might even want to have your CEO on there, just so that when you bring these third-party risk findings up to them, that it can be addressed appropriately. And you just need to make sure that everyone has a voice in that, because vendors touch everybody in your organization. Another big trend that we're seeing is strategic relationships with vendors, but not just, oh, you're providing me with services and I'm going to assess you, but creating relationships with their legal team, with their security team, with their compliance team, and making it so that they're more of a partner instead of a vendor, so that if you do have issues or risks, then you can work together on them, and they're more likely to respond to your questions if you've already built that relationship up. So I think that's another key trend. And then the last, just join a group, just, join a forum, an association. It doesn't really matter, but benchmarking is so extremely important. Chances are someone's already gone through what you're going through, and they have really good tips and tricks for you to get through it and build and mature your own program. So
that's great. Those are really great things to think about, and I think to integrate into a program. And I'd also just be curious if you're seeing any other trends emerging this year, or any challenges or issues you're hearing about in the industry that people are particularly focused on as we look at the year ahead.
I would say, and it's really exciting, third-party risk management is such an exciting field, and a lot of people think it's new, and it's really not. But the exciting part is the people that are thinking it's new are really getting more into the game. So industries like healthcare and finance have been in it for a while, but I'm seeing more and more industries join the fun. So a lot in retail and manufacturing, some in hospitality, and even in entertainment. They are really wanting to develop or mature their programs. So that's a big trend I'm seeing, is just more industries joining the third-party risk management space. And another trend that we're seeing, and it's really also exciting as well, is some of these organizations that are a little bit more mature are automating their validation process. So what that means is they're working with other third-party risk management service providers that provide like a platform. And these service providers are linking to threat intelligence and security sources more and more. So not only are they allowing third parties to go out and answer your assessment questions, but then they're automatically bumping those responses up against threat intelligence and security sources to validate if what they're saying is actually occurring in their own organization. So if that control really is operating effectively. So that's really cool to see, that you don't have to just, get a checklist of questions, but you really are doing testing and validating if what they're saying is true.
Yeah, that's great. That's really great insight on your part. I appreciate you sharing that. You made the joke about it's not new. I just remember going to dinner parties 5 years ago and talking about what I was doing, and people giving me these blank stares. And now people really, it is becoming more commonly accepted, and people are more aware of it. So it is a lot of fun. I'm glad that more people are joining the party, as you said, and you're certainly the band leader here. So thanks for joining me today, and for leading the TPRA and all the great work you and your team do. Look forward to some exciting times ahead.
Thank you very much. I appreciate again.
Have a great day, and look forward to talking again soon.
You too. Thanks.